Out of an ache. So the concrete here is sewer? Okay. Zoom out. Okay, that's looks like it's gonna go into the building. It wouldn't let me check the pipe again, I didn't see. Alright, well. We'll check that side again. I thought we'd seen a pipe-like structure at some point, but...
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
Kim, any idea what's down there?
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
Think we might find Ruby down there?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now.
Okay.
In conclusion, she could be under any building.
But not in there?
I hope not.
What's in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Yell ho into the slit.
There's no echo and no answer.
Okay. Well, that ain't it. Alright, no pipe connection there. Doesn't really need other boardwalk connection up north unless I can do something on the other side of the church. That was the phone.
You see, a once bright new...
They did say to look closer at the thing, so...
The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away. Above
Step closer.
a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical. How ironic. All these dark rooms. Feld Electrical. You only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Alright, why do I feel like I know this place?
Indeed. Somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin, gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light. You felt it before, when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
She's definitely not in the church. Oh, she might be in the church, huh?
This one building.
I got shivers out the ass, so...
Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
What was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind. The city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. And now you're just standing there with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas?
Couldn't hurt. She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
Do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have...
Oh, good. That actually came in useful.
at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
Alright, and if that fails, what if we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
He looks behind him at the dark red box crumbling across the chasm.
Coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast.
Alright.
Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold.
Oh, maybe that's the jacket we found earlier. No, the jacket was hanging on something else. Let's roll it again.
Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk. Its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What's happening?
She's down there.
Say, I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
Okay. The wind told me.
So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it? Enter through the roof?
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Okay. Well, ladder's an option. I do want to see if the anorak was a different one, because we found the other jacket on... Oh, this is the pipe.
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the fell building? A building like this must have multiple doors serving various functions. Perhaps a basement access.
Looks like there's something crammed in there, though. Or is that just the reeds clipping through it? Come closer and look in.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
What's in there?
An ordinary drainage pipe. Darkness.
Okay, what else?
As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side.
And?
And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe.
I should have equipped the flashlight.
A very, very faint smell of stale liquor still lingers. Or is it just your imagination?
Could we get into the Feld building through this pipe?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around...
Lieutenant pushes aside the reeds and looks around.
It means the pipe must be coming from somewhere in the building.
Okay.
And it's right here. A maintenance door.
He points to a rusted metal double door on the right of the pipe, obscured by reeds.
Jammed shut. The subtle approach isn't going to work on this one. Oh yeah, big boy time. This needs you to put your back into it.
Yoink.
You and the lieutenant
God damn it.
put all your weight into pushing the doors apart, but you're not quite synchronized.
I have points, but I can't really drop them in physical instrument.
You can enter.
Let's take a breather and try this again later. It's very tough.
I guess I could get a beer and pop another point there if I really needed to. Yeah. That's annoying, but...
Behind the pipe, the maintenance.
Okay, we just see the door again. Okay. Alright, I'll put that away for a second. That was the buoy. Did that. Quick look around here. I'm not going to go all the way back up the coast. Oh, we got to cross here somehow. Yeah, there we go. Cool, we're building a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? Alright, yeah, let's go back. I'll buy a beer from that guy. And I can jump one more in physical instrument and just do this. So that'll be 2 drinks, 2 drugs, so we did the whole run. Trying to keep it mostly clean, but... This is the hair of a very long dog. It's also 6:30 p.m. in game, so I want to wrap it up with a ruby and then... Yeah, but I just want a lager.
The legend! He's back! And firstly, I got smokes, and piss, and a little
Pilsner, I'm sorry.
speed to spice things up. Bottoms up, Captain!
Okay. Okay, so... I'm gonna slam that. Bottoms up. And the devil laughs. Okay. So I got one other point too. I don't know where to put that. I'll hang on to it for now. Also, it's physical instrument. I have clothes I can change to too. Just thought at 83 would be fine. Alright. Shirt off. Honestly, shirt off should probably be enough to bump that to 97.
Behind the pipe.
Oh, yeah.
The maintenance.
Let's go.
Behind the pipe. The metal doors are heavy.
Got a good roll on it anyway.
Rust hurts your palms. But together with the lieutenant, you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in.
Good work. Shall we?
Going in. Taking a look around. Yeah, that's the way out of the reeds. Just take out your flashlight. That sounds like a good idea. Alright. Overturned table is covered in orange mildew. Crawling with something. Gross. Collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. Antiquated office furniture. Last century, maybe? Brought down and forgotten. Long ago. Old file folders in the cart. Documents silver with mold. Beam with a flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Hey, surprise! We'll sneak in there in a minute. See if there's anything else over here. Haha. A series of thick, dusty planes of glass. Interciliary suit jacket. Curious what that gives, or it probably contributes to a thought, but... Oh, suggestion. I like the little rose. Alright, muted brown suit jacket, perfect for a day at the office or an evening at a cafe. Red rose at the bottom of the left breast pocket is slowly wilting. Can I still run back to Lillian and invite her on the date in this fucking thing? I'm not going to, but... It's funny that they give you a date outfit right at the... It feels like towards the end of the game. Boot prints in the sand. Oh, one pair of soles appears... Or one of the soles appears more worn than the other. That's definitely Ruby. Something in the air. An unnatural buzzing. Tunnel collapse. You have to find another way around. There's the crevice thing. Just want to check everything here before we try... Oh, that's more footprints. Maybe check the crevice first. There we go. Stale fabric and smell and dust. No one slept here months, maybe years. Okay. Revolutionary's hat. Hell yeah, that's my style. Give me that shit. Beautiful. I love this.
This hat is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of social...
I think I already took the thought for this, though. This is a new Shanka, right?
Kraz Mazov would have worn this Yushenka. Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo. Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you like it or not, wearing this hat has made you more communist.
As it should. Pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. Kim, I need you to move, I guess. Come on, man. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed. Ancient flyers and brochures.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Brush the dust off the portrait.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair matched.
We do kind of look like him.
Sideburns look a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope.
Wait, what?
You shudder.
Look, Kim, it's Comrade Mazov.
Yes, I can see that. Looks like some communists were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
The
Fair
lieutenant
enough.
does not seem to share your enthusiasm.
How long ago? Or a long time ago? How long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
Okay. What's with all these secret weapons caches and secret bunkers?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what
Yeah, if it doesn't get gentrified, nobody digs it up
cleaning out
and
the
replaces it
old
with bullshit.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Alright. Maybe I should move in here. Seems cozy.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Could it be connected to the Mazov bus we found in the students' room?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
Someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
Fair enough. The same slit window you saw from the outside. Okay. I hate this controller. Well, I love this controller. That's why it's dying. I've used it for far too long. Okay, footprints, 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 footprints. It's getting louder, the buzzing sound. Like a radio hum, or what?
Like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
Pain, a strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Hold on, you really don't feel anything?
No, but you are the sensitive one.
That's true.
It's not a quib. The situation is dangerous.
I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
Okay.
It will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace, and it will start breaking down uncontrollably.
Yeah, but entropy happens.
Go over the whole situation in detail.
Okay. We found out Everett's plan to take over the harbor. Maybe we should tell Joyce about it?
I leave that to your judgment.
No,
You already
we're not
know
doing
what I
that.
think about cross-pollinating information like this. It's dangerous, but
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something useful.
How bad do you think things could get?
well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
He smiles in the dark.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
That's true. What do you think is waiting for us in there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
Don't
Alright.
be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or
Fair enough.
Maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Also, we found that bullet. Can I put that in the gun? Eh. That seemed important. Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. What are you? 40 cents in a jug. Okay. Barrel, really, but you know what I mean. Oh, back up. Feels strange. It's blatant than ever done.
Your entire body is paralyzed.
Oh,
Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static,
wasn't expecting that.
a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word, officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways.
They said not to move, so...
That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience.
Okay, never mind.
Previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor.
Oh,
You and your partner have been caught in its field.
using one of those devices you send signals through the pale on me?
Wow. Check out the big brains on you. You're not entirely wrong.
Oh, we're getting cross feed too.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the Pale more manageable.
Thanks.
With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the Pale. Literally crunch the distance across it.
Okay.
Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations.
I feel like this is not the time for a transmission lesson, but whatever.
Those stations. All alone out there in the Pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with a great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them.
Fair enough.
Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world.
Yeah, can we just have a chat?
The upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for Pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers.
Oh.
But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio.
I love just the calm delivery.
It's telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for
Okay.
an opportunity to break loose.
How did you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
She nods towards the torture device.
She's proud of it too. As she ought to be. This is way beyond your abilities.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Thank you, Kim.
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do.
Fair enough.
Say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once
I feel like I should be yelling, but there's people asleep downstairs, so.
It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Okay. More noise. I like that they just even put a song in there. I'm gonna let it ride. I just want to hear all this. I don't know why. I just feel it just adds that much more flavor. Okay. So, this is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Okay. Please, could you turn it down so I can ask you about something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Thanks. I am looking up. I'm not actually looking for a deal on mattresses. Oh. Purple's there. Lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
Damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
Okay, that's not so bad. She steps reluctantly out of the shadows. The pain
The gun
lessens.
she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon.
Okay.
It doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
Okay. How'd you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way. Isabel, the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardy for one.
Preparing for the worst?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
Alright. Did you shoot Laylee?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching. Though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you.
That does actually make a difference to me.
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
Alright, when I threatened to arrest her, Kalasha broke. She told me no. Kalasha was the first to share her suspicions.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Okay. Titus told me it took some convincing.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. Those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like.
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Alright. Oh, wait, wasn't it... Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them up.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
Okay. I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Alright. Would you say that Laylee was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
Alright. Sympathy for mercs. Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I don't think she's perjuring herself.
Sure.
She didn't hate him, okay?
Alright. We are trying to get her to undo this, so there's something more personal that you had against him? Perhaps his way with women?
I was envious of his conquests. Look, pussy's not a problem for me.
No, we have canon lesbians.
Not a reason to off someone.
See her confident gaze, her toned arms. Yeah, she wouldn't have had much trouble in the intimacy department.
I'm listening.
Alright. Do you have an alibi for when Laylee was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you.
There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for.
You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
Hold on, no one takes a 15-minute leak.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
She speaketh truth.
Okay. Our investigation has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Alright. Oh, play pinball much?
No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the open.
Maybe she doesn't know about the passage. Then who the fuck was in there?
The low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city. Why?
Okay. There are some mysterious pinball machines in some pretty mysterious rooms in the Whirling.
And probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
Wait, what kind of mysteries interest you then?
Not murder mysteries either, if that's what you're thinking.
Fair enough.
Looks you in the eye impassively, making it clear that she's not planning to comment on the matter any further.
What about elevators? Do you like elevators?
What do elevators have to do with anything?
Do you or don't you?
Not particularly.
Not even quaint old rickety ones?
I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake.
Alright.
Damn it.
Fine.
No, she's not an antiques enthusiast. Not my jurisdiction, man. But it also doesn't sound like she used that secret route at all.
Okay then, I have other questions for you. You liked Classy a lot.
I considered her a good friend, yeah.
But you wanted to be more than friends.
So that's where you were going with this.
She said you wanted to run away with her.
That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts we didn't want to catch up with us.
Oh,
And we enjoyed listening to
not quite Thelma and Louise.
Why not go on a road trip?
The
Fair enough.
lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
Glasia only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying here.
Wait, Claus just said you only kissed.
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you to jerk off to later.
That's fair.
Seriously, just move on.
Okay. Then what
She
happened?
rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leading me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on.
No ill will there. It wasn't a problem for her.
Alright. Claus said you got very angry when she started seeing Laylee, threatened her.
Yeah. One time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy.
And despite everything, you helped her by staging the lynching?
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer.
There are other things I ask about.
Hey, it's your body.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
Alright. Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Doesn't. Oh, you probably mean Clausia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
What's so great about her antenna?
Very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies.
Oh.
That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Going to the... Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Clausia.
Alright, so you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure. In fact, the shot couldn't have possibly come from the roof. Otherwise, we would have heard it.
Also true.
No one mentioned hearing any shot. And a rifle like the one used would have been loud. She's right. I don't think the shot came from the roof.
Did you leave any flowers for Clashia on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
These weren't just flowers, they were symbols of revolution.
So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on.
Okay, so you didn't leave Maybells.
No, I did not.
Alright, let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Alright.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
I would too if I thought I might be a suspect for murder.
You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a
Bluish light.
while.
Glasia didn't want to turn the lamp on. She was afraid of another shot.
Alright. What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
He struggles to finish the sentence.
Right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Claudia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Wait, did she also seem high to you?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
This woman has seen people OD. Glacia wasn't quite there yet. So why run?
Fair enough. Claudia, you said something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy.
Or said you knew something was wrong, okay.
I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But, no...
Also, her memories might be
She was in some-
a little mixed up because of the drugs.
She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
Alright. Claudia found it weird you came up with a plan so quickly.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Oh?
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
Her idea?
Yeah. In cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone.
Maybe she was up to some really ruthless shit for that other job.
Don't seem to tremble as much anymore. She moves with focus and deliberation.
Damn.
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went...
Oh, it was probably one on a hose, so it wasn't a belt.
She lied to you about that, too.
Showerhead, resourceful.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Laylee herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried the lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fair enough.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Her grip on the gun is tight, her arms toned, her posture solid. Martinez lost a valiant defender.
Okay. If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop, that strange, distant fear is getting close now. It's a fear of yourself.
I mean, La Puta Madre, was this something you motherfucker?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
What the fuck is this La Puta Madre?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Tell me what's my name. If you know that about me, you must know my name.
Harry Dubois.
Oh.
One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops all the time. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you. I don't know. Sounds pretty convincing to me.
I'm no one's agent. I don't even know who La Puta Madre is.
Right. Sure. You don't know.
I'm sure I'm supposed to know, but I lost my memory recently.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe
Right.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
What did he do to this Madre anyway?
I know what I did. I fucked him over. And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
you. Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
Oh, God. When I came into town, was there anyone with me?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you.
What death squad?
What happened to them anyway?
Who was in this squad?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had 2 guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff.
Wait,
lady.
The mercenaries? What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are, literally.
No, that doesn't ring any bells.
This has been a great talk, really. But I think I'm going to hit the road now.
She means it. You better make your move soon.
Do you know about the bunker next door?
What bunker?
The communist hideout back there.
Don't know anything about it. No one.
I probably should have done the comrades one.
set up camp. And I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to.
Her voice trails off into white noise in your head. It feels like an aneurysm approaching.
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
Okay. I'm gonna go for it. She's gonna leave anyway.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
You okay, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
She puts the barrel of the gun in her mouth. Okay.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she...
Glad we bumped some rhetoric.
You need to give her options.
Alright, what options? Please, just walk away.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens.
You don't have to do this. You're not cornered. I'm letting you go.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She says, pulling the gun out of her mouth, eyes still fixed on you. Then she turns her gaze to the tunnel behind you.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
Okay.
Good call.
Thanks.
I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated.
I think she didn't do it.
Her tent. We should check it out.
Point to the back of the cavern. You got any info on La Puta Madre, my man?
Yes?
Nope. Okay. Brains first. Cooking utensils. She prepared herself porridge with bananas. What are those? Oh, drugs. Dark water trails into the distance. There's no way out.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out.
Let's take a look inside.
The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp.
Okay.
It reeks of cigarettes.
Check out the books.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
That would explain her ability to build that thing. Sift through the magazines.
Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook.
Snoozing. Alright. A notebook.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal a trusted friend left behind.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
Okay. Pump another bit of drugs into me. Anything else we can interact with before I read the thing?
The plain read it was pitched by practiced.
Okay. So we got all that shit. We got 2 skill points to dump now. Be interactive, right? Yeah. Well-loved journal with a brown leather cover and the brand name Schneller embossed on the back. It seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveler.
Journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
See on the cover.
It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects.
Yeah, our crew couldn't have been the mercenaries because, now that I think of it, because they arrived way before we showed up.
She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously.
Okay. Unwind the strap.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Study the handwriting.
Cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
I do that. Sometimes. Not cursive, though. Flip through the
A
pages.
mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
Okay. What kind of
Hard to
logistics?
tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
Snoozing. I was doing another ad snooze, so we have enough time to get through all these. I'm probably going to call it a night after the journal, but... Yep.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
What are the diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Yeah, anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. The way some of those question marks trail off into ellipsis. She was going through a tough time.
Damn. How far back do the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What did she write the day Laylee died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely.
All right.
I have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
Fair enough. Anything about La Puta Madre?
Name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th.
Read the entry from March 9th first.
Right. M's peon is coming to town.
Okay, yeah, this one.
To investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder.
Fair enough.
Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? The call? Did M call her personally? Why? Were you supposed to find her, even apart from the investigation then? On M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake. You didn't follow through. You should have shot her in the head.
This is a coincidence. I would never kill for people for a mob
The
boss.
thought steadies your nerves. The journal stops shaking in your hand.
Read the entry from March 12th.
been holed up here for 3 days
A
now.
little worried that we're going to be trying to quit the mob, and that's not going to pan out so well, but...
I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me, did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly.
Huh.
That must have been one hell of a conversation.
Alright. Look at the cover again.
The thick journal, bound in brown leather, is full of
Alright. What's the most recent entry?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
It looks like she might have been framed.
Alright. If she didn't do it, then maybe it's a good thing we didn't catch
I
her.
wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does. Especially if she has problems with the Madre.
Kim, am I really a La Puta Madre agent?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
Who is La Puta Madre?
The head of a major Jamrock gang, specializing in drug production and trafficking. A very bad person.
He's not 100% sure you're not indebted
I was
to
going to say, neither am I.
bad person.
Alright. Then who do you think killed the Merc?
Claudia was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or
But no one heard the shot.
maybe she had an accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Oh yeah, because it was an item. We went back to the menu. Alright, well, that was fun. I guess I'll stumble my way out of the... Oh, can we check this? There's the anorak. I'm glad we did finally get it. That was the main reason I came in here. Well, was searching the pipe in the first place. Oh, we look good. Especially with the, Dushanka. Hell yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go check this. Alright, double check up here. Yeah, we didn't check that corner before we walked in here and got in trouble, so... Oh, I just realized it abuts against the water because we're under the building. That's why the light's creeping in. Okay, okay. It's not all caverns. That's collapsed. We looked at that stuff already. Oh, what's this? Glass is covered in grime and dust. You can barely see out. Can we go back up? Okay. Oh, this is... I guess you took the roof entrance. Sun's fall. It's a long way down. Gust of wind, the height feels dizzying. Central support beam is destroyed by artillery fire. Okay, anything else? There's a way down. Oh yeah, that's why we came in. Okay, can I take the ladder? No. Okay. So we leave the hard way. This will burn my last snooze. I think we can get find our way out of here in 1 minute. Call your station to find out more about La Puta Madre. Okay. That'll be what we start. So I'll park next to the car when we get back. Wait, there's something else there. What are you? Oh, postcard. Faded picture postcard from the end of the last century shows Martinez as it was before the revolution. It's the height of summer. Rue de Saint-Ghislain is teeming with parasol-wielding bourgeoisie, and Wild Pine's flags buttress the walkway. Nothing is written on the back. Okay. Pretty sure we checked all this. Oh yeah, okay, that's the tunnel back. Hold up.
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
These are computer components?
Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
How'd they do that, and why?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know. The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet.
Fair enough.
Vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced.
Hey, Kim, look, old cybernetics.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
So this is all that remains of Feld R&D?
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean.
Could this be part of the Feld playback experiment?
These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find that device here. You will be disappointed.
All
Okay.
you find here is pain.
Alright. Anything else? Okay, now we did the tunnels. Stand over here for a second to see if anything pops. Nope. Alright. Also, it's 9 p.m. Alright, maybe we'll just call in the morning. And run over to the... yeah. We'll run the final night here. Actually, no, we only have 3 minutes. I'm going to go park by the shack. Next stream, Friday night, we will run the final night. I guess I can put the flashlight away, honestly. I was still holding that. Alright. Can we check in with her real quick?
The old woman still sits in her chair, continuing with her chores. As she does so, she quietly hums to herself. The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean waves at night.
You're still up?
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older.
She sloshes the water in the bucket around for a
My
bit.
suggestion is, don't grow any older than you already are. That's old enough.
Good advice.
Troubling your mind.
Alright, nothing we haven't talked about, so I don't think.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the way.
Okay, Ruby doesn't come up, so... Save there. I got like 2 minutes before the ad rolls, so... And that's gonna be it.